Hello, welcome to our weekly inspiration series. Today's topic is balance. I'm Alina Smolyansky, a certified instructor of NeuroGraphica, and I invite you to join me in this drawing session. And I am still on my spiritual retreat in Thailand, so please forgive if you experience any interruptions, background noise, and low resolution video. But I hope you will enjoy the content and drawing itself. For today, please prepare, we will need a ruler. If you have a compass, that's great because we're going to draw a few circles, 5 or 6. You can have a pencil, a marker, and any color marker, maybe even a fine liner and coloring pencil, or any coloring tools that you need. You can use it, it's a NeuroGraphic art drawing based on NeuroGraphica, and you're welcome to use the tools that you have and the materials that you prefer. So what's interesting today, we will use one of the geometric patterns from sacred geometry. So the flower, the petal flower, and we convert it into a NeuroGraphic drawing. So first, let's start our drawing, and I will explain the meaning of it and why I chose it as we are drawing. So let's start drawing. So balance for me, and this, considering that I'm on spiritual retreat right now, is a combination of spiritual approach and material. You know, there is no real difference, but since we live in the world of duality, people prefer separating the two. But in many traditions of new duality, there is no separation. But for me, it means spending enough time for spiritual practices and enough time in social life interacting, because spirituality and true spirituality is not sitting cross-legged in meditation or living in a monastery or ashram. It's serving people and learning how to be meditative, kind, compassionate in real world with all the difficulties and challenges. So that's what signifies. First, I would like to find a central point in this one. So mine approximately here. I will use. For some reason I prefer drawing, with a kind of lilac purple. I don't want to draw with black. So that's why I will use this coloring pencil. So it will be easy to see. If I use just a regular pencil, you will not be able to see. So I will make sure that it's vertical line. Also, you can position the page vertical. Mine is almost like a square. The drawing will be square. So I will draw the vertical line, which means, you see, ascend top. That's the cross represents up, moving up. The spirit is moving up. And horizontal is everything to do with our world. It's manifestation of the spiritual world on earth. It's like heaven and earth. And I will measure 21, probably about 20, approximately here. I want to make it 10.5. For me, I measure in centimeters, whatever your page is. So this is horizontal line. So we have a significance, moving spirit up and action in the world, our world, like I'm interacting with you. And this is approximately square. So now we need to draw. The drawing will be square. So if you have a compass to help you, it would be great. If not, I'll find something round. I will please find something. By the way, before we start, think about your theme. You do not need to follow my theme. You can apply this balance, idea of balance, to any area of your life. It could be, I wouldn't suggest in general, but try to be more concrete. For example, work and family, hobby and business, eating and exercising, spending time with people and reading on your own. Anything you can, even regarding balance. And we were going to have even a class next Tuesday. We will talk about, sorry, the Thai people talking on the background. And of course, birds are singing. Yeah, so we will draw more aspect in life, so you can be balanced in general, like your life, your hobby, your interest, something simple. We will be drawing more in depth and more concrete idea about balance in the next class on Tuesday. Will be the balance wheel, or the wheel of life, or the wheel of balance. It's a very useful coaching tool. And now it's just simple mandala. Think about mandala. So, and I will start with compass, and approximately I have my pages around the size, letter size, or A4, and I will measure. I think it will be good size 7 centimeters, which is about 2 3/4 inch. So I will draw my circle, my first circle. You can, any size, if you can find a tool, and I will outline it, so otherwise you can't see it. I will just draw the NeuroGraphic line around it. Actually, the NeuroGraphic line that doesn't repeat itself. So if you're not precise, that's not a problem. The NeuroGraphic lines are not even, they are natural expression of our mind. And if you need to know what the NeuroGraphic line is, please watch some of my other videos where I explain in depth. So now we'll need to find 4 points. One, that is intersection of the circle with axis. And they will be the center of our next circles. So we'll use the same radius as we used, and now we will draw semicircles. So they all meet in the center. And the top one. And since you can see it, so this points where they intersect, I have to outline them. You can see the general design. Actually, I can do it this right with my marker. Because this part of the final drawing. Lovely color. So as you can see, precision is not very important. So you can use any tool. You can even, when you see this drawing, you can even use by hand. You can measure And that will be the square. The point. Oops. I think I did something wrong. Connected to the wrong point. Okay, right. It was all the circle. This is right. I see that the petal is a little bit bigger. Well, that will be, I'll show how we can deal with it. You know, in the NeuroGraphic, in NeuroGraphica, in NeuroGraphic art, we do not erase anything. It's like our life. And all I can do, I can take it out, diffuse it in the film. If you would like to take it in the angle, so this is the circle. And now I would like with this point, right, becomes a square. So why square is important in this drawing? Then we'll explain the meaning of it. Why will balance? Here it is. And this is the square that connects all the petals, the tip of the petals. So as you can see, this is probably the most balanced figure. A circle could roll unless we put something underneath. A square doesn't move. It just sits here on the line and it's stable. By the way, in NeuroGraphica, the square represents stability, safety. And if you look in our life around, everything, we have chairs and tables and furniture and boxes about the square. So what else four corners represent? And the symbol of earth in the tradition, in Indian tradition, four, they represent the earth. And what could be more stable and balanced in earth as we think about it? That earth that we live, that our life on. It's probably not stable, but for us, it's probably the most stable, the most balanced position is when we stand on the earth and it's perfect balance. Balance, it's when we find position when we do not move. The earth is represented by four corners, like a square, rectangle. What else could be about significance about four? And also it's about balance. Four seasons, four directions, and even four elements. In one of the theories, it's air, water, earth, like air, earth, fire, water. So and I like this circle in the middle. And also, if you would like to feel it more balanced, even to add another figure, which is the circle. It's perfect, it's symmetrical, and I will inscribe it, so I will find the center. You can do it by hand, and I will create it because I would like to see it as a mandala. So I outlined this, right? And I will include it as a whether you want to include this circle, it's up to you. You can leave it with square with this flower. This is the basic drawing. So we just created composition in the NeuroGraphic, which is the drawing. the structure of our drawing. Use another circle. I can probably leave it like this. So what we'll do with this, we'll start applying NeuroGraphic line on all the lines, and also include round of the corners. The circle here also serves as protection. Here's your comfort zone. If you want to maintain your balance within, that's symbol. I feel like I need to explore this area. So what it means for me? I would like to add more neurographic lines, connecting all this area, exploring all these areas, white spaces with my consciousness, the lines, the neurographic lines that represent consciousness. Now I will pause my video so you can work on your own. And then I'll turn it in a few minutes later. At the same time, I will round the corners, the intersections. By the way, if you want to see this mandala, you're welcome to include all the drawings. You can search online the drawing and a mandala and use the decoration. Here. Now you can see I added a few lines. And I mentioned that you're welcome to convert it into a mandala. And for me, I think I'm mostly interested in this, what's inside of me. Right now, how to find this balance. You can also think about this 4 petals, what to actually present. This one I'm interested to know what it is. I still outlined the one that was not right. And then I made a mistake. And I also have more lines here. And draw as many lines as you feel. I may add more lines later. And now we can start applying colors. These colors sorry, my microphone was not attached. So as you can see, colors. The next step will applying colors. I may add more lines later. It depends how I'm feeling. And the final drawing, I typically create a cover for this video. Also, if I post in our group, I will post in the comments the finished drawing. Of the importance, you can use a wider marker to select what's important for me. It's the flower, 4 directions. Also, I think that outlining, I will outline it again to create this nice comfort environment within this mandala. Thinking about colors, so what are the most important? I feel like adding, starting with a nice rose color, similar to the color that we have here. And if you remember in NeuroGraphica, in NeuroGraphic art, we color at least minimum two, three areas, and we color across the lines, so making this connection. The coloring also represents unity in the various elements. So kind of a strange, maybe rose mood. A little bit more purple. They do not need to color everything, absolutely every area. The white is also color. First, I apply it quite lightly, and when I'm sure, I make the colors more intense. It's interesting flows of colors. We can also take our time and color on our own. And we will reconnect in a few minutes. It's very interesting coloring. So with the flows of energy, the colors flowing, maybe that's the indicator. I would like to strengthen this drawing to include the field lines. Those who know like NeuroGraphic, NeuroGraphica and the field lines, you're welcome to add. They are the lines that align our own energy, or we're rather trying to align our energy, our efforts with the universe. So the filled lines represents a flow of energy, universal. So as you understand, of course, it's imaginary, but it's what where these lines will indicate our intention. So the line here, how they happened, I will follow my. Looks like I needed more line. I feel do not know what it represents. Anyway, so I will follow those energetic line that is not typical me, but to indicate its energy. So I'm aligning my own efforts with the universe. So I almost like I didn't. The field lines can be on their own, like independent, but they can follow the existing lines. And in this drawing, I feel like indicating them following the existing lines. They're wider. The main flow of energy. And of course, I round the corners with the existing lines where they intersect. And by the way, and if you notice, I have new pencils that I bought recently, and it's a store. It's a Family Mart in Thailand, very popular, inexpensive store, similar to 7-Eleven. They also have 7-Eleven, but that's a Family Mart. And because it's close to the resort, and they start supplying something that people need, like paper, not only drinks and snacks, but also something useful like a toothpaste, toothbrushes, like a mini market. And then I saw pencils, and I decided to try. And they're very nice, actually strong coloring pencil, very inexpensive, and I sent them a couple of dollars, maybe less than. I'm very pleased with this intense color. So this will, and I'm pleased not only with the color, but also with my drawing. It, when I edit it, so energy flow it makes me feel like even stronger. My drawing feels stronger. I add a little bit more lines, but that's later. But for now, I will consider this drawing finished. It's actually a mandala representing balance. And I look forward to seeing your drawings. Please share in our group, NeuroGraphic Art and Life. And until next time, next free tutorial, weekly inspiration. Good luck with your drawing and have a wonderful week. Until next time.